Hey guys, Andy here. Now, if you're watching this video or you're one of my subscribers, I probably don't need to introduce the Pixel 2. But what I will tell you is, today I headed down to the Google store in the Curry's PC World on Tottenham Court Road to take a look at the Pixel 2, well, really to take a look at the Pixel 2 XL, which I have ordered and is due in about a month's time. So it's not, you perhaps wouldn't notice too much from outside unless you're looking for it. But here is the Google store. It's got a regular Pixel 2 in the window, and we go inside and it's a little sort of tucked away store inside a store with a variety of different Google bits and pieces. You can buy things on the shelf there. It's got a big sort of, well, it's got two big screen walls. This one was generally showing Google Maps on it, but I didn't play with that. I wanted to get stuck in with the phone really. And there's a little area kind of at the front window, made out like your living room, I suppose, really, with the different home devices, Chromecast TVs. And again, so all the different. The only device that I would quite like to have had a look at would have been the Chromebook, and they didn't have, or the Pixel Book, sorry, and they didn't have one of those. And I didn't think till after I didn't play with the Home Mini much. I was a bit surprised. I thought that was going to be softer than it was. It's actually quite firm. They did have just one of the white Pixel 2 XLs, but that one was fixed in place. You couldn't lift, you couldn't really, well, you could play with it, and that's in fact what controlled one of the big TV walls to the side. It does look nice. I am looking forward to getting that. Love the little highlighted power button on the side, the accented. So anyway, what they also had was some phone hogging idiot trying to make a YouTube video for about an hour in their store. I really appreciate it. They're really good. Met the manager. I felt bad I didn't ask his name, but really helpful. Really appreciated him letting me play with the devices and like I say, kind of hog them for a little while. But let's get stuck in. They've got this kind of demo mode on the devices, explaining to you about what's new, what they do, what you might like, why you might want to switch. I don't know how it's come across, but actually the screen did look really good. And then so it leads on to kind of, well, give the camera a try. But to be honest, we'll come back to the camera shortly because I've got some better subjects than just pointing at the other Google Homes. All seemed very nice and slick. There's not that much that you can do on like a demo device. I thought, well, let's check out what version of Android it's running. And then I noticed, oh, there's like an intro bit. Look, coming soon. So I guess they'll work on that. Maybe it'll be ready for sort of launch time. Again, maybe not for the type like me or you, because we probably know a fair bit about the phones already. So I did find my way into the settings just to check that it was on 8.0. I thought it might have been on 8.1 or I don't know. So big dual facing speakers. I thought I'd better try those out. I did my usual good old Ed, bit of Ed Sheeran to test the speakers.
Now follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with you, honey, now. Take me into your loving arms.
So initially I wasn't massively impressed. I thought, yeah, it sounded quite good, but then I thought, well, let me try it against my own phone, because I think it's possibly just the surroundings. When you're in a busy shop like that, it's hard for you to sort of get the real feel for it.
Maybe same way. I know you will still love me the same. We found love right where I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, you're so could never grow. 'Cause honey, you're so.
Fair enough. I think it sounds better on the recording than it did in person. Definitely the speakers are actually pretty impressive. I think it'd be interesting when I get the sound meter on them. So then I thought I'd have a play with the old Active Edge, see how that worked. I have to say, actually, it was pretty good. I thought. I do use Google Assistant. I'm sure there are some people that don't. I use it a reasonable amount, and actually it's I think the squeezy edge is quite well implemented and something that I probably will use quite a lot. Even when you turn it up, it's not too bad. You don't have to press too hard, but I think it's hard enough that you wouldn't get confused with just picking it out of your pocket. So then the very nice manager, he got me basically one out of a cupboard, which is had a bit more software on it and a bit easier for me to look around as well. So I think it's a really nice design. I know some people are a bit upset by the bezels. I've never been too bothered by bezels. I want a bit of bezel. I don't want to be worrying that I'm catching the screen when I'm holding it. And I think they've probably nailed it personally with this. You know, given enough at the top for the dual speakers, top and bottom. I do like the sort of the glass back pixel design. I did have a look at the battery now. It could be this is sat mainly in a cupboard, but I don't know, it's quite a good battery life. You can see it's dropped off a fair bit when I started playing with it. But all in all, I mean, that's looking to get 2.5 days at the moment. But like I say, it could be that it just generally lives in a cupboard. There's a few things I thought afterwards that I should have tried. I didn't. I should have seen if I can install Geekbench just to see what it scored. Anyway, never mind. I do quite like, I mean, I think it's been pointed out in various of the videos. I mean, I guess it's just kind of a live wallpaper, but I quite like that. Now, moving on to Google Lens, I've sped this up like four times just because I couldn't get it to work on the cactus. The manager did. It took him 2 attempts, but he did get it to recognise what type of cactus it was. So I thought, all right, well, let's give it maybe something a little bit more distinctive. Maybe try my Pixel XL. It's baked into the camera. It's an icon that you press that activates the Google Lens. You'll see it in a second, actually. And sure enough, yeah, it could detect that it was a Pixel XL. I thought, oh, come on, I'm going to have one more go at this cactus. Maybe I'm too close to it, I thought. And you'll see in a second the icon that appears. There, you just tap that to activate Google Lens. No, wasn't happening. Okay, let's move on. It's very early days. I think they've got plenty of time to improve it. So let's move on to the actual camera. So thanks to Android Beam, I was able to take the photos that I took off the camera and put them onto mine. Fairly simple shot initially. You know, there's quite a bit of light coming through the front window. No worries there. I think this one's a bit of a harder shot because actually it looks quite bright there, but it wasn't all that bright. It's tougher conditions. I think that's a really good sharp picture. Then on to portrait mode. Apologies for the subject. But again, I know some people have bashed it. I think that's really good. We're going to zoom in. You might want to look away. Not the prettiest of models. I've zoomed in. I think that's basically a 1:1, hopefully, aspect ratio. Again, I think that looks really good around the edges of me noggin. That's pretty sharp. Then we move on to video, which I think looks fantastic. I love how quickly the focus is able to change from the foreground to the background. And I love how well the image stabilization copes with me panning. You may remember the original Pixel XL, there was a lot of talk about the sort of jerky panning because it basically couldn't tell if you were panning or if it was camera shake. I don't even know how they do it. How do they know when you're panning and when it's just shake? I think that's fantastic what they've done with this video camera. And again, you'll see from the foreground focus to the back. I don't know, maybe I'm overplaying that, but I just think it seemed quite impressive how well the camera worked generally. So then I thought, well, let's get out my Pixel XL, just put them side by side, just get a bit of a kind of a view of things. And actually, I think the most noticeable thing probably is the actual screen size. So especially as I come into, I think I'll come into settings in a second. So you just get a nice big white screen, and look how much bigger the visible area is on the Pixel 2 XL on the right. I mean, that's pretty significant extra screen real estate. When I'll try and line up the bottoms of the screens, and you've got maybe, I don't know, like almost a centimetre extra of screen. So I think that's, why not? When the devices they're almost the same size. The Pixel 2 XL behind my Pixel XL here is slightly bigger, but I think we're really talking millimetres. If I got the actual dimensions out, we're not talking a huge amount. They're pretty much, if you've got one of those kind of sock holder, phone holder type things for your Pixel XL, you're probably going to be fine with your Pixel 2 XL. We have had a couple of glimpses there of the always on screen on the Pixel 2 XL as well. I'm quite looking forward to that. I did have some music playing at one point. I didn't test the music recognition that happens while that's going on. So as I mentioned, I do love the design of the Pixel. It's their thing now, isn't it? It's their brand. That's why it's a bit of a shame there wasn't a Pixel book to have a look at as well. But all in all, so not massive leaps from last year to this year, but I don't think there can be. We've progressed that far with devices that you can't, everyone's looking for huge, big new things, and I think you have to just take the smaller leaps like the Active Edge and the new improved video stabilization and the Google Lens. A lot of it is the software type stuff. But if you're not a massive nerd like me, you might be happy enough staying on your previous Pixel. Massive nerds, I think you will find enough in the Pixel 2 to make it worthwhile. So hopefully this has been a little enlightening. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, I will be doing an unboxing. My brother's actually got the regular Pixel on order. Hopefully I can steal that. When it gets delivered, I'll unbox that. And then obviously I'll be getting the Pixel 2 XL, which I will be unboxing and reviewing mid-November. Thanks for watching. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.